back to Probably Shouldn't Be Recording This, Season 2, Episode 5. I am recording this way later than I normally would. For one main reason. It is almost 4 o'clock at night. I am currently on my way to pick up my kid from his job at a grocery store. So, a lot has happened since we last spoke. In the last episode, I touched on my unhappiness at my job, and I had launched a plan on taking a couple of conservative magazines every day until there was none left. And I unfortunately will not get to finish that plan as my wife returned to the States on Wednesday. I took that day off so that I could make sure that I pick her up and she's able to get home safely and there's nothing to worry about. I also had an interview. And I'll circle back to that in a little bit. So I just wanted to have the whole day off to focus on the interview and to make sure that my wife gets home in one piece, safe and sound. So I missed Wednesday. I let my work know around 4 o'clock in the morning that I was not coming in. I didn't give a reason. I didn't feel like it was necessary. And it's whatever. I went to bed. It was fine. Later on, I got a text message from my boss saying, okay, but you're really kind of proving to be not dependable. This, that, and the other. I honestly didn't even read the message because I didn't care. Because I know me, my true self, if I actually enjoy a job or if I actually have a job where the good coworkers can outweigh the shitty job, I'm a very dependable person. But I felt it was better to focus on my interview and pick my wife up. So the wife's home, everything's fine. She had a wonderful time in England. So I get to work yesterday, Thursday, and one of the first things I see is a meeting invite between my boss and her boss and myself. And I already kind of knew what was going on. I was like, oh, I'm either getting written up or fired because I have currently missed, I had missed 3 days in a month, and we're going to that from where I worked at Transdev, where I didn't miss 3 days in 3 years other than my surgery. So that just tells you how much I did not like this job. I did not like being there. So the meeting's now for an hour and a half, so I'm still working away, creating work orders and stuff that I need to do, and I clear all my inboxes like I always do, even though I'm still not fully trained. I got everything done. And it's 9:30, and I walk into this. I grab my notebook. Like I think I know what's coming, but I'm still like, oh, this is a training meeting. So let me bring my notebook and a pen, and all that shit. And then they get into it, and my boss's boss, he is a very straightforward man. He's very easy to read his face. He was pissed off when the meeting started. So he starts and he's like, I think you know why this meeting's happening. You missed 3 days in the past month, and do you care to elaborate on why? I wanted to, but I don't know. I didn't wake up and choose violence yesterday, so I was just like, look, my wife is getting back from England. I hadn't seen her in 2 weeks, and I also I needed to get my plates for my new car, so I used that and picking up my wife as an excuse. And they were like, well, don't you think that's something that we should have known? I was like, not really, because it's not your business. It's my life. I choose to tell you what I choose to tell you. Anyway, after I tell him, I was like, I guess so. I guess it's my responsibility to tell you guys, but I mean, I'm not like. And then they were like, they wanted a commitment from me. But then I was gonna, stay there and work and this, that, and the other. So I had a little minor panic attack and excused myself, and I called my wife and I kind of told her what was going on. And she was like, dude, you just need to be honest with him. And I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. And I kind of, after that phone call, I was like, okay, this is probably my last day. So I go back in and I'm like, listen, I had an epiphany about a week ago that I no longer want to do dispatching work. I don't want to do it anymore because I just want to do something different. And then he just out of nowhere was like, okay, we'll just turn in your resignation. I said, okay, I guess I'm turning in my resignation. And he said, okay, I accept your resignation. Super matter of fact, he was just so angry. I was like, and he was wearing this like little flannel shirt, and I just wanted to be like, okay, flannel shirt, let's reel it in. You're not a big tough guy. You're not even in the state right now. I'm not scared of you. But I said, okay, yeah, I formally am turning in my resignation. Walk out to my desk. I honestly feel like a weight has been lifted. I pack up all my stuff. I leave my work keys. I leave my work alarm code, all of that. And the funniest thing happens is my boss, who hasn't had a cool moment since I've been there, is now the most personable, like, nice person. And on our way out, she had to walk me to my car. Obviously, it was my last day. She had to walk me to my car, but she was, like, telling me all these things. She's like, "You're a good dispatcher. I hope you land on your feet. I hope you don't have to go back to nights. I hope this, that, and the other." Like, being weirdly, overtly nice to me. So I was just kind of taken aback. I was like, where was this the entire time we were working here? Because this person, I probably would have liked working with this person. So yeah, I'm unemployed now, which, super awesome. Super awesome fun times. Love that for me. So back to the interview. I had an interview and a little bit of a funny story. Not a funny story, just kind of a coinky dink, if you will. Many years ago, I had this job working for a CBD company where my position kind of morphed to, I was in customer care and I was also working for the warehouse, but I was like communication with all the salespeople and everything like that. They ended up talking about creating a position, like a sales support position, which I would be behind the scenes just helping salespeople connect with warehouse, this, that, and the other, making sure everything was good, all behind the scenes stuff, talking to customers, sending emails. I'm like, dude, that's right up my alley. That's exactly what I kind of want to do right now. It's like office manager light, really, kind of, except with not an office, working with salespeople. So they were trying to create that position for me, and then the higher ups put the kibosh on it, and that was honestly the last opportunity I felt I would have had to move on from my current position. So I quit 2 weeks later. Now, come back 6 years later to the present day, and I have had not one but 2 interviews with a company that I would be doing exactly that job I wanted 6 years ago. So that's kind of cool. Another bonus for this place, I think both interviews went well. Another bonus for this place, both of the people that have interviewed me have been Latina women. So that is a step in the right direction, considering I saw 2 people of color the entire time I worked at my most recent job, where I just turned in my resignation. So we're off to a way better start. So another thing I appreciated about the lady interviewing me today, when I asked about timeline, she's like, I don't like to dilly-dally. She didn't use those words. I'm using that word because I forget what she said. But basically, you get the gist. She doesn't like to, take her time on her. She doesn't like to take her time. She doesn't like to mess around and have people wait, because she's been in this position too. So I'll most likely know on Monday if I get this job. And you know what? If I do, that's great. But I also have some other things that I'm working behind the scenes on, and it's a little scary, not gonna lie. It was not my intention to not have a job right now, so it's kind of scary. But of course, my wife, being the wonderful, amazing woman she is, super understandable. She's like, you're better off. I can tell how miserable you were every day getting up and going to work, so you'll find something. Whatever happens, we'll figure it out. And that's reason 785 million why I married this woman. She's just the best. She's super understanding, and I fucking love her. So yeah, that's kind of a big life update. I've never been asked to turn in my resignation before. I've been fired from jobs before, but I've never been asked to be like, okay, you need to quit. And I agreed with them, because I didn't want to be there. Every single day I went there, I was like, this fucking place sucks. This job is boring. It's not what I want to do anymore. I'm miserable. I'm surrounded by people who are white and Christian and just Donald Trump supporters, and I couldn't do it. I did manage to get about 7 or 8 of the magazines and promptly dump them in my recycling bin at home. So the stack is a little bit smaller, and then there was one magazine that had a caricature of Donald Trump on the cover. I ripped that off and recycled it as well. So I made a little bit of a dent. That's like the most thing I'm disappointed about right now, is I couldn't complete my task of making all those stupid fucking Washington examiners disappear. Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing somebody get pulled over right in front of me. Oh, he's going real fast. Okay. Oh, shit. The joys of recording while you drive. See some shit. Alright. Well, yeah, so major update in my life. unemployed, but things are looking promising. And I'll end on a more serious note. Another young black woman in the South was found hanging from a tree, being ruled as a suicide, which is absolute bullshit. Black people don't hang themselves from trees. Also in the news, I saw that a 5-year-old brown boy was arrested on the way to school for no other reason than being brown. And I just, that's the one unfortunate thing about unemployment is now I have more time to kind of focus on the terrible things that are happening in this world right now. And I hate it with a passion. Because it forces me to deal with all of the shit that's happening in our country to brown and black people. And silence is complicit. I will not be silent. Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for all these people that are getting lynched in the South and they're trying to play it off as fucking suicide. It is, we are in a sad state of affairs in this country. And it all ties back to the orange buffoon in the presidential office. Mr. Diaper wearing, wig having, fake tan having, fucking piece of garbage. This is all his fucking... This is all because of him. This is all because of him. And the midterms can't get here fast enough. And yeah, that's my life update. That's my thoughts on some stuff. I love all of you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I also wanted to apologize for the audio quality of my last podcast. I was watching the sound wave as I was recording, and it wasn't looking like it was working, so I took the cover off of my microphone, and then after I took the cover off my microphone, it made it sound a whole lot worse. So I apologize. I left the microphone cover on this whole episode. I hope it sounds good. Yeah, I love you guys. If you have to go anywhere this weekend, make sure you go with love. It's been, probably shouldn't be recording this. We'll talk again next time. Bye-bye.